Зачем я это сделал? Hello.
Hi, hi everyone.
Hi, Ali.
Hi, Ali.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Great. Hi. Yes, nice to see you. Great. Let's see. Is everyone here? Okay. I think. Oh, Stefan. So I think we're just waiting for Stefan. I'll share my screen. So today, just close a few windows. Okay, so yeah, I sent you guys you know, this in the PDF format. Also, I kind of downloaded this as an image as well. But if you like, I'll just also put this in the chat, which is the link to this Miro board, you know, version of it. That might be interesting. The reason we use the PDF is some people, I mean, don't have access or use it, but there you go. So for today, so you can see that there's a few things which are more to do with creation. So kind of a few details about building the model, the product state, kind of uploading CAD file, more technical things. So we talked a little bit already about kind of where we are. And then the one thing I really want to show you at the end is insights. So with this, we can see, so we go to this insights area. So you can all go in there. Just from your editor, and you get this view of the server. So you get a view
Ali,
of...
Can I ask a question? The Miro board is asking for a password for me when I want to open it. You know which password we need to enter, or is that confidential or something?
Yeah, that's a good question. So my colleague created it, and when he created it, there was no password required. But I think recently there is a password, and I got around that by logging in with the Ptc account and then searching for this. So, but yeah, so the problem is we need to ask him. He's on vacation, and I didn't. Yeah, he.
Anyway, if we have the PowerPoint or the PDF of the slides.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, and because I don't really use Miro, I'm not really sure how that is working. So that's why I gave everyone also the PDF.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But
But can we log in with our PTC account to Miro, or is it?
You can actually, yeah. So if you're from a PTC, so I'm just going to copy this. So if you go to like Miro.com, okay, so yeah, you can log in. So there's this kind of PTC all area that you can go into. I think the logon page you need to put in you put in your PTC credentials, etc. So then what you can do is search in here. So if you go to Instruct, that actually comes up. And you can see it. But for some reason, if even if I went on the links which Steve sent me before, it doesn't work. And they worked before, so I'm not really sure how that's working.
So it's working with single sign-on. I just tried it.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Manage it. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly, and then you can search for Instruct and find it here. You can find it that way. Yeah, and then there are a few more things also. So there's insights, a few more things about troubleshooting. There's nothing really. I think there's a bit about the value proposition, a few notes, but I think that the main thing is insights. And the other thing, so depending on how much you guys were able to do, the kind of main thing is we can look at your examples and spend time going over the examples you had and the questions which you have and any issues which you had during the exercise. So that's kind of the main thing we like to focus on. If you didn't have time, that's also okay, but it's just interesting. So would anyone like to start well, I'll kind of ask everyone to share their screen, share what they've done, and ask questions if they had problems, and also provide comments. So would anyone like to start?
Yeah, I can show some stuff.
Okay, great, Johannes, thanks.
Some smaller things, just a short procedure that I created, but at least I tried some stuff out.
We're not expecting. Yeah, we're expecting like something short. That's fine.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah. So I took an existing model. Do you see my screen? Yes, right.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I took the battery here from the library, from the model library. I also wanted to make my own model from Creo parametric, but strangely I haven't installed it anymore. So I took an existing model. And here I already have a question. I saw in the library that we have here an kind of on-shape model inside. So do you know how we could bring like the on-shape models directly from the cloud into this Instruct here?
Oh, from on-shape. Yeah, so at the moment you need to upload it as a file onto the server. So there's no special connection. So you will need to I think on Onshape you can create a kind of like a lightweight file, I think, and you can save that file and you can then upload that file.
Okay.
Kind of do an export.
Yeah. So it's not a completely direct integration with Onshape, but just exchanging the files with lightweight representations. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. There's nothing direct. There's nothing special there. It's all the files. So basically, I can show you guys in a bit. The main thing about the main information about the files, it's there's a slide. So in the Miro board, or the PDF, there's a slide called supported file formats. So you basically have this kind of you have the single file. So you have .pvz, which is PVZ is the preferred one. Then there's step,
Vuforia
STL.
Instruct visual inspections.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Then you have CATIA, so you have zip files. You need to create a zip file for that's more for the native files.
Oh, okay.
And that's how it is. I think for for Onshape you will need to download it. So they kind of, instead of saying, okay, this file is kind of, Onshape is special, it's our file, they haven't done that. They've used the PVZ. So they tried to, it's kind of, historically it's linked more to, I guess, Creo Illustrate, because Creo Illustrate is used, and is still used in Vuforia Studio to create kind of, to bring in the models and to use the models for the model targets and other things. So and because that uses PVZ, this also is using PVZ. So that's why that's the preferred file,
Yeah,
and
okay.
and it's not on shape.
But I see I could also upload my Creo files here as a zip file. Maybe I will try this today or tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you can as well. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But anyway, now I took just from the library, I took the
Sure.
battery here and added this arrow, and I just entered 2 steps here. Actually, it's in German here now, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's
It's
fine.
here,
Huh?
and that's quite cool. Yeah. And I like also the preview that we have. Where was it? Preview here.
Yes. Review.
So
Exactly.
you can do the preview and then it's loading and you see the result already. So that's quite cool. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because we hadn't seen that. In the preview, though, you don't get it yet. The kind of it's not really like a clickable stuff. It's more like visual. So you can't click pass fail.
Yeah.
You just, but you do see where
Yeah.
the
And here the
positioning is. Yeah.
confirmation checkbox here at the bottom. So it's at least displaying that I should confirm something. Yeah.
Exactly, it's displaying it. Yeah,
No.
exactly. Turn the screw.
Yeah, that's good. And one question regarding this arrow, can I somehow change the size of the arrow or the color or something, or is it just a static one that I can just move like in the space here?
Yeah, that's a good question. At the moment, it's just this format, so there's no kind of there's no formatting, I guess, for the arrow. But I think it's something something I asked, but they didn't have a timeline, or they didn't know if it will be implemented.
Okay.
And on that topic, I'm also going to share with you guys, and it's also in the slide deck, I think. There's a Ptc, so maybe you guys already know the Ptc User Community, and it's very active for Vuforia in general, because Vuforia is a very fast-moving kind of area. So there are loads of updates. There's not like a kind of very structured release, like Windchill, for example, that has a structured release. So a lot of new features are coming out very quickly. So, and in that user community, there are quite a few experts who you can ask. I mean, you can even ask just questions, and they usually provide answers.
Okay,
So
sounds good. Yeah.
so it's quite a good area for for that kind of, asking about new features.
That's cool. All right. Yeah, so that's it, what I created. Nothing very spectacular, but I tried some stuff out, so it's good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
So I will stop my sharing.
Were you able to play it back or to publish it and then view it?
I haven't published it yet.
Okay.
But actually I could do it, yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. So it will be relatively quick to have the publishing. It will be 2 stages. So it will be kind of the simple publishing where you have one angle, and then it will take maybe an hour for the advanced publishing where you can like rotate around and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Thanks, Johannes. So would anyone else like to?
Yes, if it's possible,
Sure.
Ali, if it's possible, Vladimir from Moscow. I have 2 questions. One of them you answered yesterday, but I need to make this answer more accurately. If I right understood yesterday explanation, we have only one chance to use one product state for one procedure. We cannot change product states. Okay. It's some form of limitation. And I prepared some form of procedure and publish it. And in this publish, I spent during publishing, I spent some time for advanced operation with my model target. But I try to check it with Vuforia Vantage, and cannot change the very narrow angle for location, for indication of my. No, I use sigma tile as object. Yes, and I have only one direction and very small angle for this direction when I capture this this model. During the visualization in demo, when PTC demonstrate one inspection operation around of motorbike, then operator make this inspection around of this motorbike without any limitation of angle or direction to enter in this procedure. What do we need to do additionally for create more, I don't know, more useful Vuforia Vantage utilization when we have different direction to go to the object. Not only the narrow entry for first step.
Yes, so
I spent some time. I spent some time during publication for advanced production, but the result is the same when I see the Vantage.
Okay, so when you go like this,
yes,
like you don't. Do you lose it or?
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes. When I change my direction from 5 degree or maybe 10 degree, then I lost the recognition of my model. I need yet another time go to the direct and then waiting for the one flash picture when which is report me that my model target is working. Maybe I don't. Maybe I did something wrong. But
no, I don't think so. There's nothing really to do wrong. But there's some limitations with the models. So some models, if the model is complicated, it doesn't work as well. But maybe could you share what you created and we can have a look and maybe discuss?
Yes, I share my this procedure, but with name not sigma tile, with name RPI, RPI and so on. If you need, I try wait a moment. Демонстрация экрана. Yes. Sorry. This one. Wait a moment. This one. RPI disassembly PTS. Yes. And this is a procedure. Very, very simple. Only 2 steps. Yes. I check this Cyrillic letters in first step. And try to add video and photo, video and picture. It works. Yes, very good.
Would you like to share your screen so we can see?
Sorry. I pick. Wait a moment. I didn't share. Yes. Ой, sorry. Yes, share. Демонстрация экрана. Да. Поделиться. Сейчас поделиться. Yes, sorry, my mistake. Yes, this is a procedure. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
I set in first. Wait a moment. First position as this one. Yes. This one. And try to go from the another side for that. And is it impossible when I use Vantage? Here I didn't see some form of error. Yeah, understood. It's the editor. It's not a preview. Yes, it's a form of editor for preview, not the real testing of Vantage ability. But when I use Vantage, I send some form of video in my letter. When you can see, wait a moment, I try to demonstrate it.
Can we see before just the step, not the preview, but where you added the things in?
Okay.
Because there we can see like the real, what is really going to be published and stuff.
Wait a moment. Editor. Yes, my editor. Where is my this one? Yes, this one. Not in preview. Yes, this one. Yes. When I publish it. Yes.
No. I just wanted to look at what you created in edit for every step. So if you go to edit,
editor. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you have so you see the if you go to so if you want to see what it will look like in the model, you have to go. So on the top you have Sigma-Type PTS Moscow Open 3D Editor. So you have to go to Open 3D Editor to see. Okay, what is it going to be? And then you have to go, for step 1. See, it says go to a step. So you just select step 1 somewhere. Okay, so step 1, that's the orientation. So it's going to be like, you have to fit it like that. So you have to put the camera so it's at that angle. So the best thing is like to say, when I look at it, I'm like on the top, so I want to see like that, maybe like that. It's easier. And then usually, the best practice is if you want to go to when you go to the next step, you can move the arrow. But if you it's easier to keep it the same. But one thing, I think one thing here which is a bit maybe which you can change is at first. See, when you're bringing in the 3D model, it's like has a default kind of rotation, and yours is rotated kind of like this.
Yes,
so every time you have to rotate it in every step.
Okay.
So I think that might be that might be creating a problem. Because every time it has to be, it's moved a little bit, so you have to, move it around.
Mm-hmm.
So what you can do is actually, if you go, so actually you can do it manually.
Okay,
as well.
Understood. Yes, understood. And try to feel the changing of camera when I change one step to another with a new position or in my next step. I need to do for that only rotation and then try to publish it and try to check it is possible or not to change angle of view from the change one step to another. Yes, I understood the task, I understood the limitation, and I need only the test this your idea to prepare more useful procedure. Yes, I understood.
Idea I understood. It's just I think the positioning is a bit tricky. If you have one where you have the same or similar position, because this is every time it's looking for it at that position.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe there is already a Sigma tile. So that's your file actually. That's really good. Maybe what you can also do. So if you go to Sigma tile PTS and you go to the states, you can update it. But yeah, I think you understood, right? It's basically to do with you can test out different orientation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's good. But that talks. That's a very good example as well, and a good good question as well. So thanks for sharing that.
Ali, sorry. Yet another question, the following of previous. Some of our customers ask me about what's the real benefits for utilization of inspector. This form of instructor. In compare with, for example, Vuforia Studio, when we have the same model prepared in the form of the sequences in Creo Illustrate, and in only with one model target, we can demonstrate disassembly really. Here I have only one product state for process.
So
thank you.
So why do we have Instruct, but you can do the same thing in Studio, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's more. So that's true. Studio, you can do the same thing, and Studio is more advanced. But the advantage of Instruct is if your customer has no knowledge about AR, there's no one to program or to work with Studio, they have no knowledge, but they just want to create something easy and have it displayed quickly, and they want to have steps, and they just want to show the model with no configuration. Then Instruct is good for them. Instruct is satisfying their needs. So they need AR, but they want it quick and simple in a kind of an app. So Instruct is like, you put some things in, you get out a procedure. You don't need to have a lot of training. It's quite straightforward. But Studio, you can do more things. You can add things you want. You can program. You can make it look nice. You can have all the different kinds of targets. You can you know, just have like the area target, etc., etc.
Connection with IoT server.
There's even the IoT server, yeah. So Studio has a lot of advantages, but it's like you need to make that yourself and spend time and learn and have the consultant come and you know, work on it. So it's like you know, Instruct is like easy to use, easy to set up for people who don't know, and Studio is more advanced, so you can do more things, but it takes more time to do it. So I understand if your customer is already using Studio and they are making like these things, then okay, Instruct is maybe you know, there's nothing new in Instruct for them. So yeah, that's the positioning.
Okay.
For them.
Okay. Thank you very much for the explanation.
Yes, Stefan. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit late in the meeting. My apologies for that. I just have, I don't know if you guys are questioning now about the exercise that we done yesterday.
Yeah, we were just going through what people had done exactly.
Okay. So, can I ask something?
Yeah, sure. You can. Sure.
I'll quickly share my screen. I have a very short question. You see my screen now?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
So we've had that model for a long time because I'm using that in Studio as well. We have some preview slides. So my question is there an ideal size? So I'm working here with an image, but it doesn't nicely line up in the tool. So is there an ideal size in pixels that we should follow to line it up right?
Oh, okay. So you're just talking about the image, right? Not the model.
Yeah, not the model. The model is working. That's fine. So it's working smooth. I have the drill next to me, and I just tested it. But it's the image here. It's like the layout is. Something that we made for. Can I show it?
Oh, maybe we can. Yeah.
The layout is a little bit different, so it ends up a little bit strange. Is there an ideal sizing that you guys or that you use?
There might be on the support website. I don't know off the top of my head if we have a specific thing. I can have a look at that. Or could you just show it as well to see how it's coming up? Does it come up in the preview that way as well? Maybe you can.
If I preview it here, it's a little bit different than on tablet, of course. Preview.
Yeah, when you do, yeah. So in here, if you do.
So you see, I mean about this size here, or the size that you use. Like in Studio, you have you can size for your screen.
You can configure it in Studio, yeah. Let me see. I'm just gonna go to there's the support site for Vuforia. And yeah, you
don't have to look up at. You don't have to look now. Maybe that's for something that you can do later, but that would be helpful.
Yeah, sure. I'll have a look, and if I don't find it, I'll ask my colleague as well, and then reply to you guys. But yeah, I'll make a note of that. Yeah, that's a really good question, and that looks like a nice example as well. Is it like a specific drill model that you're using?
Yeah, and I'm a CAD engineer, so I'm coming from Creo, and I redrawn it exactly like it is in real life. So I use this for demo for Studio as well, because we made some instructions on that, and it's handy small to take along with you to customers.
It's a nice, that's a nice example. I think we should try using drills as well. Great. Thanks, Stefan, for your question and demo. Great. So, does anyone else want to share what they've done and also, ask a question?
I would have one more question, actually.
Johannes here? Okay, sure.
Quickly, let me share again. It's about uploading the Creo models, because now I tried to upload some small models here that I created private. And for the cover here, that's a PRT file from Creo. It's working fine. So I just took the original Creo file with drag and drop, and it was accepted. But now I tried the small assembly, and here I get the error message that this root assembly is not found, and I should ensure zip file name matches root assembly, and there are no folders in the zip. So I think actually that's what I did. So I have here a small assembly, and I just put the parts from this assembly in this zip file. So there's no substructure, so no folder structure and nothing. And the name is exactly matching the assembly in the same way it was matching the part. But here it's somehow not accepted from the database. Do you have any idea what could be the reason here?
Usually it should be working. Could be something with, you need to check the file names, those kind of things.
So the zip file is just the ASM, so the assembly file plus zip, so it's just this one. And I mean, if I open this one in Creo, then it's taking the other parts here, but strangely it's just working to upload single parts here and not the assembly. And I cannot open it in Creo to check, but it should still work, because I have not installed Creo parametric at the moment, but would be the next step to open it again in Creo and check if everything's working. But here I'm a bit surprised that it's not working.
You could check. I don't see anything that you've done wrong at the top, just like that.
Colleagues, I'm sorry. Could this be the issue that the Creo files actually is not the PRT or ISM file? It has the postfix with the iteration. It's hidden on the folder, but it really exists. Maybe
you meant the version?
Yeah, maybe you should check this. Sorry if I interrupt you.
Oh, that's good. That could be. That's a good comment. Maybe you can have a look and then you can let me know later. And if you still have a problem, we can look into it and help you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would try to fix it.
And just let me know, later on. So that, for everyone too, after the session, feel free to email me if you had a problem or something else coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can share email on here, Ali, if you want.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
I'll just share my screen. So I just downloaded a model from the CAD Grab, just a Raspberry Pi.
That's cool.
Just because I had one handy beside me. So this is it here.
Very nice.
And just some simple steps.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just show you on my phone here. It takes a second then to load up the model, and then so it was working perfectly, but
you're doing the demo, so it's gonna not work as well.
Yeah, that's basically.
Wow, that's no, that's really good. That's really good, and that's actually a quite a complex model as well. So that's good, because one of the things is that kind of early limitations is, you know, if models are complex, it gets a bit, you know, it's not that great. But that's really good. That's really good. And we didn't have the model for that, so that's really great that that you added it in the library, and that's a really nice example. Did you have any, you know, questions or feedback?
No, really, the only issues I had were just with permissions. I just had to play around with the permissions model, but other than that, it went pretty smooth.
Yeah, the permissions. Yeah, okay, that's great. That's really great. Thanks for sharing, and also for sharing on the phone. So I think that's that's a really nice example. And yeah, many people I think will use it. I'm going to try to use that, because I also have a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks. And Andre, would you like to share something? Great. Okay, so sharing your screen. We can't hear you, Andre, or I can't hear you.
So I'm sorry, and now?
Now we can hear you. That's
okay,
great.
too much buttons, sorry. Well, I don't know why, but I'm sorry. For publish, I'm waiting for, maybe it's started 10 minutes, or maybe even even longer. I don't know if it's okay to wait for, okay. So then I got my coffee machine, and well, and this is the what I get. It's a very simple one, and if the machine is getting okay, I don't know why it's in preview mode. I cannot use the check marks like please confirm. Anyway, if it's closed, it's a procedure of in a movie, and I don't have any models first, because as you mentioned, we can only you can use only a single PDZ file.
Exactly.
With no repositions and so on. So that's all.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah. So for the publishing, it will take a while. There's kind of a two. In the publishing, usually in the new version, there's the two-step publishing. So it does this kind of initial basic publishing, where you can just look at it in one one dimension, one angle, and then there's the advanced publishing, and that takes about it took about an hour and a half or 2 hours for me yesterday in the morning. So when I did the demo, actually it wasn't the full publish.
Okay, this is because it's doing publish for 4 platforms, yes, for glasses, for mobiles, for so on. I understand.
Exactly, it's for everything, and it takes time. Yeah.
Yesterday I waited 15 minutes during the publishing. 15 minutes for only one Sigma tile.
Anyway, Ali, I got a basic question for maybe for future. do you know any plans of having this technology not only on a cloud-based, but really on-premise, like it's done for the Vuforia server, Vuforia experience?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a really good question. At the moment, there's no plans for that. So it's very, like, we're focusing a lot on SaaS and having it on, moving things to the cloud. Yeah, I don't have information on that, on, if it will be on-premise. But at the moment, it looks like it won't be on-premise. But I don't know, it may change because many people, are asking for on-premise because, for the reasons that, you want to have it kind of locally, you don't want to have it shared. So that may change in the future, but at the moment, there's no plans. Sorry?
Well, and the second question is if this technology is embedded on the FSU connected work cell application.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
I'm working right now with the ThinkWorks connected work cell applications, and it's application for providing for creating work instructions. And the question was if it's possible to embed or to use this technology for creating digital instructions, or maybe in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be more in, with Studio that you can do that. With Studio, you can do already quite a lot of things, and you can connect it to ThinkWorks. With Instruct, it probably won't happen like that because Instruct is designed for people who aren't going to be configuring really or programming. It's kind of like a basic tool. You don't need any pre-knowledge, so there won't be some connections or things like that. That stuff will be more Studio, and even Engine is already kind of a lot different anyway, because that's really mostly programming. So that would be a Studio thing. We wouldn't see that on Instruct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Andre. Yeah, those were good questions. Okay, so thanks everyone. That was really interesting. Going through questions, and everyone had a good example. So regarding the, there's just really one more thing that is really interesting that we should practice. That we should see, and you can all see it as well. And that's it. And that's the insight functionality. So in your menu, so everyone has access to this insights area. So at the moment, there are no other buttons for that. You have to do it from the menu. And if you go to insights, you're basically in your report manager area. This is a new addition. It's not advanced, so it's not it's not configurable. You can basically do a few kind of selections. You can export some data, and you can filter. You can also pick a row, and you can expand to view the details. So let's have a look. What are we capturing? Why do we do this? basically we want to capture the result of the procedure. So the whole, the main output of Instruct is this procedure, so the set of steps. So in a company, we're going to create one. So for example, we're going to do one for quality checking a product, like the Raspberry Pi. So we set up the, we plan everything, and then we give it to the users. So the users who have their smartphones, tablets. And if we didn't have reporting, then you wouldn't really know, what's happening. So someone would mark, tick, complete, whatever, or I did this, but there would be no record of it. So this is to have the record of the users completing the procedures. And it's kind of evolved because we've also evolved the, the comments, the feedback status. So one of these is one which I did yesterday. So we can see, let's see this one. Started yesterday. So I went through this, and as you can see, there was a procedure comment. So this comment I entered at the end, and then for every step, I could put in a comment. So we have the step description, the date, the status, it is okay. That's my comment, and my other comment as well. The other thing we can do is, so you can track, was there feedback, was there not? And the other thing that's interesting is in here. So in this example, so a previous participant, she created these steps with pass or fail. So there's a confirmed and there's fail. So in this one, the second step failed, and that then flags the whole procedure as failed, and you can view it. There's also things like this. So omitted. So I've confirmed. You also have failed and omitted. So if you left out a step, for example, this one, there's pass, omitted. So another thing for information is confirmed means you confirm. Fail means there's the fail, and there's pass, fail. So you have three types. You have either you confirmed or you didn't confirm, so you omitted it, and then you have pass and fail. So you either passed it or you left it. So these are all dependent on those selections which you have. So it's quite good because it's it's company wide, and you can see it, and it's tracking the also the versions. So the versions are every time you publish it, you will have a new version. Every time you update it, there's kind of the iteration, it goes up. If you update your the procedure, at every publication, this will go up. So these are at 2 because we republished it. For example, the one I created is at 2. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. But it's shows quite a bit of information, still very useful. Okay, that's the main thing I wanted to show you. And then most of the other information is in the slide. So there's some kind of value proposition. We had a good kind of question about that. What are the value things? So it's all about having a simple thing. It's all about capturing the processes. And a few other things here are interesting regarding troubleshooting. So there is a kind of debugging tool which you can use. However, it's more of because Instruct is not really designed for programmers. This is more of a tech support kind of tool where they will go into it will take you into debug mode, and you can view that. So there are some limitations for some objects which cause problems. So having too many repeating features, something that is very symmetrical may cause a problem. This is something which is being worked on, so that they are improving this aspect of it, because obviously it's so important to get it right. So that is being updated. And then there's a procedure. So this is something for partners. Okay. And this is getting your own organization. So we saw that we have an organization. We have this for training. So you guys have access to it for training from now on. You have access. But you may want to have one if you're a partner for your partner company, and you can request one. So this is not a customer organization, but it's for your company, so you can create things for customers, demos, etc. So basically the idea is that you're going to contact the partner manager. There are some steps here, which you can see, but the main actual person involved is your partner manager, so you can request it from them. I think one of the prerequisites is that you completed this training, and then you will, you'll get some information, and you can have your own area. Okay, and the other thing is Ptc User Community. So Ptc User Community, like I said, is the forum where you can see where you can find out about new additions. You can ask questions, things like that. And the developers, also my colleague, a little bit me as well, we try to answer the questions in there as well. There's also a few things, NPI library, but it's mostly the things I shared with you yesterday. So those are the main sites where you can find everything. Okay, so and like I said, feel free to contact me afterwards. So we'll have a look. So there's the two, I think, issues. So there's the CAD assembly. So Johannes, you can let me know. That's okay. And the other thing regarding the image size, so I'll also look into that and reply to everyone as well. Okay, so we can stop here. Do you guys have any other questions or anything else?
Ali, only one question from Vladimir. How long I will have this account for beta server as a manager? Is it possible to work with this server today, tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a good question. So at the moment, it's you have the account for like indefinitely. There's no limit. So once you're on the training, you have access to this training area. But we don't advise like you use it for kind of customer things or things like that, because it's not stable. It could be that they refresh it or whatever. But just for kind of learning and testing, you know, there's no limit.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Okay, okay, sure. Okay, okay. So thanks everyone. Thanks for you know, participating. It was good, some good sessions, and yeah. So also you can provide feedback as well on this session. I think you'll receive an email, and yeah. So thanks a lot, and you know, we'll be in touch, and hopefully see you again, talk to you again soon. Okay, so thanks everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ali. It's very nice.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.